breaking news from here in the UK. The ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum, has been found by the High Court to have illegally hacked the mobile phones of those opposing him in the British courts. That includes the phones of his ex-wife, Princess Haya of Jordan, as well as her legal and security team. Sheikh Mohammed has denied any involvement. In just a moment here, we'll hear from our security correspondent Frank Gardner, who's with me. But first, here's his report.
Together no longer. Dubai's ruler Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum and his ex-wife, Jordan's Princess Haya, now fighting a custody battle in the High Court. It's been revealed today that Sheikh Mohammed ordered illegal phone hacking during a crucial phase of the hearings. Princess Haya's phone was hacked, so were those of her personal assistant, her security and legal team, and even that of Baroness Shackleton, her barrister and a member of the House of Lords. Princess Haya, in white, fled Dubai 2 years ago after learning of her husband's abduction and mistreatment of 2 of his daughters. She applied for court orders to prevent her children from being returned to Dubai. The judgments published here today reveal the extraordinary lengths that one Middle Eastern ruler and a close ally of Britain has gone to exercise total control over the women in his family. The measures have been described as an abuse of power and a serial breach of criminal law here in Britain. The court heard how agents of the Dubai ruler used intrusive spyware called Pegasus, sold by Israel's NSO group to the United Arab Emirates, to infect the mobile phones of the Sheikh's opposing legal team.
What's remarkable about this case is that it shows starkly that autocrats will take this technology, which is allegedly for fighting crime and terror, and use it to do exactly what you'd expect. They target people who they find to be problematic. And of course, it's not a surprise that yet again, a partner is targeted with this kind of spyware.
Mobile phone hacking, the court heard, was also used to track and abduct Sheikha Latifa, one of Sheikh Mohammed's daughters, when she tried unsuccessfully to flee Dubai by boat in 2018.
I'm making this video because it could be the last video I make.
In this smuggled video, she said she was imprisoned in a villa. Recent photographs posted online appear to show her at liberty, but human rights campaigners still question whether she is free. In Sheikh Mohammed's current custody battle with Princess Haya, the court heard he tried to buy a UK property so close to her house that she felt intimidated. Sheikh Mohammed denies all the allegations. A billionaire racehorse owner, he remains a giant figure in the equestrian world. But UK law has been broken here, and this case poses extremely awkward questions about one of Britain's closest friends in the Middle East. Frank Gardner, BBC News.
Well, as you see, Frank is here in the studio with me. And Frank, tell me first of all a little more about these judgments.
Sure. I mean, there was 60 pages of these judgments that were released, have just been released in the last 5 minutes, literally, covering many aspects of this case. The most shocking, I think, of which is these phone hacking allegations, which the court has upheld and concluded that despite the Sheikh's denials, they are true. And this really concerns one of the most sensitive parts of the negotiation between them last year over a property deal. And the princess was really concerned that her ex-husband, Sheikh Mohammed of Dubai, was apparently looking to buy a property that would have not exactly overlooked hers, but been very close to it. She said that she felt hunted and haunted by this, intimidated. And in fact, one of the lawyers says, while she seeks answers about property purchases, hackers apparently got to work interfering with her privileged communications. When she turns to expose the hacking, the plans to purchase the adjacent land next to her home proceed at pace. So truly shocking for her, because 256 megabytes of data was secretly extracted from her phone using this Pegasus software without her knowledge. And it wasn't just her who was hacked. Baroness Shackleton is a peer of the realm. She's a British lawmaker, a member of the House of Lords. So her phone was hacked, so was those of her legal team, personal assistant to Princess Haya and her security people. So this didn't take place far, far away. This took place here in Britain on British soil and in the middle of a High Court battle.
In terms of that High Court battle, just place this in the broader context then.
Sure. Well, 2.5 years ago, Princess Haya, who was the daughter of the late King Hussein of Jordan, so Princess Haya bint Al Hussein, fled Dubai in fear of her life, she said, together with her 2 children. Why? Because she had discovered the fate of what happened to 2 of Sheikh Mohammed's daughters, Sheikha Latifa and Sheikha Shamsa, both of whom were rendered back to Dubai against their will and imprisoned. At least that's what the court found in March last year. Again, those allegations were denied by Sheikh Mohammed, but they were held up by the court, the High Court here in Britain. So she is now living in Britain, and she appealed to the court because it's about custody of their children. Now, we're not going to talk about the children today. This is something that has come out in the process of the long, lengthy hearings, the battle between them, which have been incredibly expensive for both sides of it. It's not concluded yet. It probably won't conclude for another few months, but it's the hacking bit that is really shocking to people.
And of course, he is a close ally of Britain. So where does all of this leave that relationship?
Well, I think it's extremely embarrassing for him. I'm sure it'll have almost no coverage in the United Arab Emirates at all, because this doesn't show him or Dubai in a good light. I think Britain's Foreign Office, the Foreign Ministry here, would rather this story didn't get too much publicity, because the UAE is a friend of the UK's. There are about 100,000 Britons resident or at least registered in Dubai. There are close business trading relationships. There are airstrips that are used by RAF planes. And of course, in these days of so-called global Britain, Britain needs all the allies it can get. So it's not going to want to make a big fuss about this. The fact is, though, that UK criminal law has been broken. Sheikh Mohammed is a sovereign ruler. He's effectively immune. So I don't think we're going to see the handcuffs put on him. But this is further damning evidence of the alleged abuse of the females in his family. And of course, it comes very soon after other cases that we've heard of the abuse of women in the world.
Frank Gardner, thanks very much on this, the latest development.